It's Sunday night. I guess, like I said last night, it's Monday morning, actually, 1 a.m. Welcome to the Alexander Hour. This is episode 3 in the Zandt County series. This one will not be that long. I'm going to update you on the craziness that happened last night. It's kind of petering out today, the story, if you ask me. I went to bed on a high thinking we're going to get some mileage out of this story. We're going to have some back and forth, some true banter. People will have a chance to prove their points, but I don't think we'll get there. I think that we're so close to the election that it's probably already been determined. And let's be honest, only a handful of people show up to vote anyway. And so I don't know if everybody even involved in the whole soap opera is going to vote. So my guess is Tonda will be reelected. I voted for the previous 2 times, vote straight Republican ticket. I'm ex-military, things of that nature. I live in Grand Saline. Not hard to see my political affiliation. But if you saw the video last night, you know there was some soap opera-esque drama going on. Reminded me of being at my grandma Thelma's house in the late 80s when One Life to Live was on. The fur was flying, and it was quite entertaining. Before I show the video, the shortened version of what happened last night, I'll say that Tonda, she looks like straight out of Central Casting for Law and Order. Like, she's a little pit bull when John got her riled up. I'll give her that. Never met her. Don't know her. John, he's physically imposing, right? He's a big dude. Orange and black. The beard, the glasses, the persona, the vibe. John, you should be doing video. I sent him an invite today. He's got 20,000 followers. I don't know if he read my message. But if you're watching this, John, and the previous 2 episodes, I'm neutral. I'm reporting what I see and loosely on the reporting. This is a very intended to be a laid-back podcast. What the news can't do around here, they've got to be more buttoned up and beholden to their advertisers. But let's get into the video really quick that happened last night. Quick version. I won't interrupt her.
Fixing to prosecute him. I'll prosecute anyone.
Why are you going to prosecute him?
For lying on a form when he said he's disabled while he's out making barbecue.
Wow.
Selling barbecue. That's a crime.
I am disabled. That was good to know.
I'm fixing to prosecute him.
Oh, those two hate each other worse than Trump and I'd say Tim Walz or Kamala. I'm not comparing any of the people. I'm just saying the hatred is so strong between these two. And so you saw the video. That's the short version. Basically, you do this for us. And then she basically turns around and says, not only am I not necessarily worried about that right now, here is your prosecution threat, promise, whatever. So the 2 on camera that you can't really see, they want her to act. They want her to prosecute, indict, probably publicly hang David Fox. They don't like David Fox. Julie was the administrator of the popular political and, I wouldn't say pop culture, but political and local website, Facebook page. All right. There were people on there anonymously posting, telling other people how bad they suck, telling their personal stuff. And ultimately, that, I think, led to the demise of that page. Julie's been hacked, she says. She said David Fox did it. Now, I don't have the post that he made this week, but he came on somewhere and said that he hacked it and yada, yada, yada. Never met David. I've said that numerous times ad nauseum in these episodes. But that, to me, was he's been a smart ass, right? I mean, that was the play. I don't know if that's enough to send him to Leavenworth over. And nothing against Julie. I understand that she's frustrated. I get the vibe that the site was filling a big void for her, and she has issues with obviously some elected officials, and so that's her right. I don't know what those issues are. I wasn't made privy to them, but she wants her page back. She wants David to answer for it. I'll just speak freely here. I don't think Dave did it. I don't think Dave did it. I don't know him, but I got his number so I could try to interview him, and I asked him straight up, and he said I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Here's my take on the hacking. It could be completely unrelated to any followers. Could be like I got hacked when I went for hernia surgery at UT Health and used the community Wi-Fi. Yeah, somebody got in, hacked me, sent out stuff or whatever. I don't know. I had to go do it. But that may be possibly what happened. And for those that are saying, no, you must be on Tonda's side if you don't acknowledge that David hacked it. I mean, what would he have done with the information? All of us wanted to see, or the majority of people, except for the anonymous posters, wanted to see the identity of the anonymous posters. It's not rocket science, folks. And so, well, I'm not saying anyone is a simpleton. I'm just saying, what evidence do we have that David Fox hacked it or anyone hacked it? He said he did. All right? There's a lot of things people say to piss other people off. And I think he, is trying to be funny. And it was kind of funny if you really think about it. He's like, hey, yeah, I did it. Obviously wasn't funny to Julie. And I get that. That page is her baby. Julie seems like a sweet person. I messaged her this evening. I never divulge specifics, but she's not ready to come on yet. Not ready to be interviewed. And so I'll tell, I told her pretty much this, and I'll tell the barbecue guy this. They don't want Tonda to get elected. Okay? You got a very small window here before the election. The Facebook posts, I don't think are going to cut it. So interview each other. Have someone else interview you. Come talk to me. Those are all your options. I think if you want someone to believe in your story and have even a moderate amount of the passion you have for what you're trying to push, you've got to get on and look people in the eyes and sell them on it, which is going to require you to coming online. You're very effective with your post. I use the word ubiquitous for barbecue Big John because it means everywhere. He is everywhere. It's everywhere or seemingly everywhere. That's where he is. And so, John, harness that in video. I want to see it. You'll either come off looking really good or really bad. And I think it's at that point in this whole soap opera that somebody looks really good or somebody looks really bad. The truth, right? That's what we want to see. So anyway, John shared this video today to follow up on a post that he made last night after this. He reshared it today, and last night he basically said, hey, at 6 p.m., I'm going to come on and make a public statement. So I'll get back. Let's show you here. Okay. Let's get over here. Guys, if you want to learn how to do a podcast and like switch back and forth, DM me. Just DM me. I'll tell you how to do it, right? I've helped a lot of customers out. I'm in medical sales and have been for many years. Help several surgeons out get their podcast started. It's an effective way to communicate. So, okay, this is obviously his page. He posted that version of the video last night, and then this is his public statement. I'm going to read it really quick. And then we're going to finish it up, and then we're going to move on and do another episode, in the coming days. So you heard her in the video saying he's going to be prosecuted, something about his disability. Excuse me. And so let's read it really quick. From the words of John, yesterday while attending the political debates, I addressed the Zandt County DA, Tonda Curry, on a matter involving David Fox on camera. And during this discussion, she threatened me by saying she's going to prosecute me for, quote, for lying on a form that said I'm disabled while making barbecue, selling barbecue, end quote, her exact words. So let's unpack this together so everyone understands what's happening here. A couple of months ago, a rumor was started about me on social media by a diehard Tonda Curry supporter, accusing me of fraud regarding my disability, saying that I made too much money and I am fraudulently claiming to be disabled while collecting funds from the government. I did not address it because I don't want to. I never do that. Honestly, I can't. If I spent my time defending myself, I wouldn't get anything else done. But I wanted you to understand the source of this information. I got to laugh a little bit, John, here. That's exactly what he's doing right now, to defending himself, which I don't blame him. I don't blame you. I don't blame any of you for doing it. Tonda either. Now let's move back to the current threat that she made against me yesterday. Many of you know that I'm likely the loudest person opposing Tonda Curry's reelection. we would call that a no-shitter in Grand Saline. Yes, you are the loudest person opposing. What she said yesterday is proof that she's weaponizing her position of DA against those that don't play ball with her. I've seen this time and time again against elected officials that get in her way. Okay, John, let's highlight this. I've seen this time and time again with elected officials who get in her way. That's why you need to come and you need to talk on the podcast. Let's cite specific references. I want to hear it. If the DA that I voted for, if it is a complete shitstorm over there, I want to know. I know other citizens want to know. Right? So enlighten us. I don't know if you're telling the truth or not because I don't see the facts. I also, conversely, can't say if somebody says he's lying. I don't know that he's lying. I don't know that John's lying. He may know things I don't. John, come in here. Answer the email. Let's do an interview. The next portion, let's talk about my disability, since I feel like I have no choice but to tell you private business in order to protect myself from what may come. Around a decade ago, I was critically injured in an oil field accident. I underwent surgery and flatlined on the table 4 times. I have 4 cages, 4 rods, 16 screws, 4 T-lifts, 4 bone packs, and 4 fusions. Ironically, I have sold spine implants. I've been a spine implant distributor for many years. That would have been a good commission check because he's loaded down with hardware. I have no reason to suspect that that is not an accurate assessment because unless you sell it or have it in you or put it in people, you probably wouldn't know that terminology. You pretty much hit it all on the head there. So over half my spine has been reconstructed. I had to learn to walk again. I still see a spine doctor monthly as they manage my pain and prepare for what they say may be more surgeries in the future. My medical team legally deemed me disabled. I have handicap parking for my vehicles, and last year elected to take the disability property tax exemption for my personal homestead. This does not mean that I don't pay property taxes. It means that my school district taxes have a cap. In order to receive this exemption, my medical doctor completed the required forms, which were submitted to and reviewed by the county appraisal district. The exemption was approved by them. Now, she mic dropped last night like you're getting prosecuted. When the DA says to you, you're getting prosecuted, you know. You know that whether he played it off or not, you know he's like, oh, this sucks. And so she mic dropped and he came back, and that sounds like a very great explanation. It makes sense. I think that is what he's wanting to be his version of the mic drop. So we've got some volleys going on here. We got some tennis back and forth, not pickleball. Pickleball, as they say, and I've played it. It's a true story. Pickleball's for people who can't play tennis. Naturally, my body decides to start coughing as I go live. And I do go live. I don't rehearse this stuff. I get on here and I just go at it. And so there's no editing. I go live. You don't see it live, but I just pop it right over and it's in video. So going back to some more of John's words here. Let's go back to the video again. She states if there's evidence of a crime, the one I was asking her about, that she could prosecute anyone. So ask yourself, what evidence does she have of me committing a crime? She showed her ignorance by making threat against me because she states that I lied on a form and I'm making barbecue. What form did I lie on? The one my medical team filled out for me and I gave to the county appraisal district? Huh? What does me selling barbecue have to do with my property tax exemption? People of Zandt County, I'm asking you to open your eyes and see the regime that oh, that's a good word, John. That's propaganda at its finest. See the regime that operates here. That word's been thrown around a lot lately for Venezuela. I remember it being thrown around before and being the reason why me and my buddies got deployed to Haiti back in the day. I'm asking you to open your eyes to see the regime that operates here. She doesn't even know that it's tax status, not a benefit. She believes I'm receiving government funds. So she openly threatened me and stated she's going to prosecute me based on an online rumor. Now, there's a few words in there. Threatened. I don't know that that's a threat. People say that all the time. I called a guy a dipshit at the gas station, and he said, you threatened me. No, I anointed you. I didn't threaten you. There's a difference. And so I don't know the legalese. I didn't go to law school. I went to high school with a couple of attorneys, but only one of them likes me, so he's the only one that'll answer this question. So I don't know if she openly threatened him or not. I don't think so. I get it, though. That, again, this is a really compelling statement that he has in there. He uses all the right words. He uses barbecue a lot, which is smart, because every time I saw barbecue, I started thinking about Sweet Baby Ray's, and that makes me want to read more, right? So let's finalize the last two paragraphs. I'll read it verbatim and keep going. I believe that she should proceed. Let's start over. I believe that should she proceed with the arrest of her most prominent vocal critic, both she and Zandt County would expose themselves to liability under blah, blah, blah federal court, potentially giving rise to claims for malicious prosecution and First Amendment retaliation, which could cost the taxpayers millions in loss. Zandt County, I'm asking you to not to continue to support the evil regime here, and to wake up before it's too late. Tonda Curry's dangerous, reckless, and clearly willing to go to great lengths to silence me for speaking out against her. Please spread the word, and let's make the change we so desperately need in that seat before it's too late. Thankfully, I have a platform to talk with you. Many people that have been railroaded by her do not. Don't wait until it's your time. I'm having trouble seeing this far tonight. Sorry, let me read it again, the last sentence. Don't wait until it's you or your family on the line. Okay. Let's look at some comments. Here. Chuck Norris is like, yes. You know, I guarantee you, sidebar, Chuck Norris has eaten at Dairy Palace before. I don't know why. I saw somebody famous one time posting that they had stopped at Dairy Palace. I can't remember who it was years ago, but it says world famous on it, and I feel like that's just where people stop when they're passing through. It's my favorite cheeseburger in the area. Let's look at some comments. She's cooked and she knows it. Connie Odich is asking for a investigation into her own case. Julie reminded me of the threat she said to me over the phone for not censoring Joe on my group not long after my group gets hacked. So weird. Julie, again, do we have a phone call recording? Is a phone call recorded? If so, let's put it out there. Let's see it. Let's hear it. So why was the DA looking at the BBQ guy's homestead exemption papers? Well, I don't know. Again, that's legalese, but I don't know that that's illegal if she did. Somebody could have brought it to her attention, brought a crime to her attention and said, hey, because I'm guessing that John has a lot of haters too, right? Like he has a lot of people that don't like him. And I know that. And so does Tonda for that matter. And I know that because the amount of emails I've gotten her, I think in the 20s. I've got about 20 emails for this video, for the previous two videos. Half support Tonda, half don't. Half warned me that a couple warned me she was going to hack my phone and come after me. Why? I haven't done an anti-Tonda episode yet. The not Fonda Tonda on the last episode was supposed to be through Julie and John's eyes, because they are definitely not Fonda Tonda. Suzanne Parker. Well, she goes, matter of fact here. Are you drawing disability? Just curious. If you are receiving a check, can you work? My sister could not, and she was mentally disabled. Just curious and just asking. Kimberly Schaefer. That's an interesting way to spell Kimberly. I've never seen it. So she'll prosecute anybody except the real criminals in the county. She's really good at weaponizing her office. Not much else. She made it sound like you were receiving disability and working. So obviously anyone that's on here is pro John. It's just his page. I mean, I don't expect anything less. I don't expect anything less. Using my backyard as the backdrop, the green screen photo tonight, and I was noticing I've got a couple lights I need to replace. I hit them when I was chipping. My wife's the GM at Mineola Country Club, so I'm always chipping in the backyard trying to get better. I got a couple lights out, but anyway, let's get back to Julie. Julie put out a statement as well. So I messaged Julie on Facebook. I don't have her cell number. She still hasn't accepted my friend request on Facebook yet, which is fine. And I wanted her to come on. I asked her, hey, this is the opportunity. Let me interview you. She's not there yet. She doesn't want to do that. And so she's got things that she needs to button up. And so that's fine. We'll get there. Maybe. But like I said, the window's closing. I don't know what all you guys want before you come on, before you talk. I don't have a clue. And so hang on a second. Anyway, Julie put out a statement as well. I don't guess it's gonna let me do it here. Bear with me, guys. Okay, we got it now. All right, maybe. I don't know. I know it's the silence sucks, right? I need some music playing in the back. Let's see if I can get me out of there right there. Okay. All right, let's go to Julie's statement on her page. I'm going to read it, okay? What if in the end God doesn't show up at the last minute to fix everything, but wins because his people finally stood up? What if the victory comes because men and women decided to stop being silent, stop being comfortable, stop being afraid, and actually put on the armor of God? Truth instead of convenience, faith instead of fear, courage instead of compliance, light instead of darkness, justice instead of corruption, love instead of hatred. What if God is not waiting on a miracle, but waiting on warriors? Warriors who speak truth when it's unpopular, warriors who protect children when it's costly, warriors who refuse to bow to lies, warriors who stand firm when everyone else backs down. This is not a battle of guns. It's a battle of hearts, minds, and souls. This is not against people. It's against deception, evil, and corruption. You were not created to be passive. You were created to be bold. You were created to be light. You were created to be brave. You were created to stand. The question is simple. What team will you be on? Julie Franklin. So Julie sent me that and said this is her statement. And so I would, take a look at it. And my thought is on it, in the big picture of things, it's not really much of a statement. I think it's, and I told her this, I think it's more a filler. You had to put something out. I get it. You're back into the corner. The page is gone. The replacement page is, I get it. That's your baby. That's your page. And it's not fair in your estimation that it's been hacked. I don't personally think David Fox did it. I don't know David. I asked him if he hacked it. I got his number. Also trying to get him to come on and be interviewed. And he said, no, he didn't hack it. And the smoking gun is that he came on Facebook and said that he hacked it, which to me seemed drenched in sarcasm. Again, being very redundant. I've never met David, so I don't know if he's sarcastic. I'm guessing that he is. I'm guessing that Barbecue and the Guy is as well. I'm not thinking Julie's very sarcastic. Tonda's sarcastic, and Joe Donaldson is definitely the most sarcastic of the group. He and Dave would be an interesting pair. But so that's not much news, guys. They put that out. I sent messages out, 3 emails today for people I want to interview. Julie, Big John, the barbecue guy, and Joe, I think it's Joseph. I'm going blank. He was in the debate, and he's one of the 3 running for DA against Tonda. There's 3 total, including Tonda, and Joseph is running. And so I don't know if any of these will answer me, but really this story's dead if someone doesn't continue doing something like this, because there's nowhere to read these Facebook posts now. I mean, Van Zandt Connect, which is really at the center. Hang on just a second. It's really at the center of a lot of this, right? It got me involved. It got me involved in this process. I wasn't even paying attention to the election at this point until I saw Big John's ubiquitous. I use that word a lot because it's everywhere, seemingly everywhere. His posts are. No matter where I'm checking the phone, right? In my office, outside, with the kids at a game, boom. Right? In the bathroom, click it on, and it's got a barbecue and a prayer post. And it's usually something about David. And those things are funny. There's a fox on there. I mean, everyone involved in this process they're all pretty funny, and it's entertaining. And so that's why I want to interview them. But again, like I said, this is the last one I'm doing I may do one in the next few days, but I don't think any of these people are going to want to be interviewed. And that's their right. I think that it's a mistake, but if something does come across that we just can't pass up involving this story, we'll go back to it. I do know on Wednesday, because I am focused in part of this on Van Zandt County, that I'm going out and meeting with someone who sent me an email and wanted to do a story about how they had leased part of their property for the battery storage, which is an intriguing story. It's a polarizing story. So we'll be back doing that. I'll be live with that person. I'm going to go out and shoot some footage at their house this week. There's not enough stories being told in Van Zandt County visually, right? Let's go out and visit with some people in the county. It's a great county. I moved back here. I love it in Grand Saline. I love it. I mean, it has its pitfalls, right? But I'd rather live here than the city. I've lived in both, and there is no hate like fellow Republican small town hate. I get it, because we get to see each other all the time. But I'm here to focus on my kids, and storytelling for Van Zandt County, like I said, is lacking. Let's change it. And you don't have to like me or agree with my point, but I try to come on here and just be somewhat entertaining and say what I come across. I don't have like I said, a particularly positive feeling that anyone's going to come on. So until we see each other again on this topic, have a good one.